Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bill. If you're serious about mastering ServiceNow Discovery, hit that subscribe button and join as a member for exclusive content and advanced access of my videos and behind the scenes tutorials. Today we're breaking down exactly how ServiceNow Discovery works, step by step, so you can get accurate CMDB data every time. Now let us start with the big picture. From the top left, you will see here, when discovery begins, instructions are placed in the ECC queue as an outbound probe. This is essentially the launchpad for all jobs. Then the mid server, which is step 2, then monitors the queue or a listener that picks up those jobs coming from the ServiceNow instance. So from the ServiceNow instance, it sends probes to the mid server and patterns across your network. So these patterns, which is actually sent across your network, communicates with servers, database, printers, to name a few, gathering critical data using industry standard protocols. Once data is collected, the mid server goes back now to the ServiceNow instance. The mid server reports back to the ECC queue as input records. Then inside ServiceNow processes these records through the identification and the reconciliation engine, or IRE, to either update or create a CI record once it is already in the CMDB. Now, from a high level, let us dive a little bit deeper on the different phases. From a life cycle perspective, discovery moves through 4 main phases. As I go back a step just to give you a picture, as the ServiceNow instance sends an event to the mid server, it is now called the scanning phase. It starts with the Shazam probe, scanning the defined IP ranges to detect active devices and port numbers. So anything which has an IP can be discovered by ServiceNow. As it moves to Step 2, the classify phase. Once a device is detected, discovery determines its type, usually by operating system, and launches back the relevant pattern. Now, as he has now identified the relevant pattern, it gathers unique details like serial number, host name, sends them through the IRE or the identification and reconciliation engine, then updates or creates the configuration item inside the CMDB. And finally, the explore phase, the discovery digs deeper, adding details about running processes, installed software, and other attributes to keep your CMDB enriched. So this phase-by-phase approach ensures accuracy, consistency, and completeness in your asset data. Just a quick reminder, if you're finding this helpful, give this video a like and consider joining as a member for early access to my ServiceNow course materials. Now let's take a closer look at the IRE decision-making process. The IRE engine plays a critical role in preventing duplicates and keeping your CMDB clean. And here is how it works. So after the classification phase, the engine checks if the device matches on a serial number. If there's no match, it tries matching on the name, the IP, and the MAC address. If it matches at any point, the CI record is updated. If not, a new CI is created. Then if a device does not respond or access is denied, then the process stops here. This multiple step matching processes ensures that the right CI gets updated and duplicates are avoided. which is a key part of the CMDB health. So discovery isn't just about infrastructure. It can also map your application dependencies. It identifies TCP connections between discoverable systems and the applications running on them, showing a graphical dependency view map. Out of the box CI relationships like runs on for web servers and depends on for databases give you instant visibility into how your services and applications are interconnected. Finally, let's look at discovery from a business process perspective. On the left, you will see roles like analysts, discovery admins, CMDB admins working together, from requesting discovery jobs, configuring probes, and resolving errors, to performing CMDB health checks, audits, and verifications. External processes like mid-server builds and change management, which all ties up into the discovery to ensure governance and operational alignment. When you combine these workflows with the technical processes, you get a discovery setup that's not just technically sound, but also operationally sustainable. Now that you understand the full picture from probes, patterns, to IRE matching, dependency mapping, and business workflows, it's time to see discovery in action. In the next part, I'll walk you through a live demo so you can watch these processes happen in real time. So let me gear up because this is where theory meets in practice. What you're seeing now is a live discovery status where you have a completed state full process of a discovery. As I scroll down, you will see 3 tabs of all the activities happening during a discovery process. From the left, ServiceNow Discovery logs all the activities described in the previous slide. And as we go to the middle, you will find that the discovery has been started, moving to the different phases like classifying, identifying, until finally exploration. And on this example, this is an existing CI which was previously created and now being updated. And this is where we now and go deeper as we move to the ECCQ tab. As the ServiceNow instance communicates with the mid server, starting from a Shazam probe, it sends multiple API features or protocols from a WMI, SNMP, and so on to identify the CI, if it's a Windows, Linux, an appliance, and so on. And as we move to the right, it corresponds both one input and also an output. So as it comes back to the instance, moving forward to the classification phase, it has now identified that it is a Windows server. Now using the WMI query, as we scroll down, it runs the Windows operating system pattern that will contain all the commands using the WMI to further enrich the information about the Windows server and the application installed inside of the CI. Now that the discovery steps has been completed, as we move inside the devices tab, you will see that it has updated the CI. Now it has completed the process. We can now drill down to the Windows server with the click of a button, and you will see the richness of the information taken from the configuration item, the different attributes and configuration contained from the Windows server, now down to the CMDB of ServiceNow. From the CPU, disk, installed applications, running processes, network adapters, to name a few. As we scroll back up, ServiceNow also provides a dependency view as we move to the far right. So this dependency view will give you a visibility from a Windows server standpoint and all the dependencies, configuration, and the applications being installed. This view and all what you've seen is fully configurable depending on the criticality of the application and the service installed inside the server. Now, as we go back to the main Windows form, and as we scroll up, you will notice that this CI is fully related to an asset. So you can basically view in an IT perspective, which is a configuration item, and also in an asset management perspective. If you would like to see a video, the relationship between the asset and configuration item, I have created another recording that you will see at the end of the screen. Now, to show you where I started on how I kick off the discovery inside the ServiceNow, the discovery module has a feature called discovery schedule. As I come in and drill down to the discovery schedule, you can run a quick discovery, put in the target IP, and associate it with the mid server, which will be communicating within the firewall network. Now, if you would like to discover more devices and IPs at the same time within the network, then you can go to the upper right, click new, and let us put a name on this example. Let's say all Linux servers. Let's right click and save and put a mid server and save. And from here, you will need to enter the different IPs on this field or inside this box. After you have completed and populating the different IP address, and you can run Discover Now, it will repeat the same process and steps that I have demonstrated earlier. Now, to give you a live action, let us go back to discovery schedules, run a quick discovery, targeting the same IP and the mid server, and let's click OK. And as we drill down to this activity, and you will see here live in action as it run the ECCQ calls from the instance, calling the mid server and the different phases that was discussed previously. If you find my video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Join as a member for advanced access to my videos. I'll see you on the next one.